This is Judge Herb Dodell. We're going to continue to talk a little bit about small claims court because that's my current assignment, and I hear lots and lots of cases. People oftentimes ask me how many cases we have in a day. Well, it really ranges from about 25. One day in Inglewood, about 6 months ago, I had 86 cases in one day. So it's pretty hard to give people a lot of time, so you got to be prepared. Be succinct. Have your documents all together so you know what kind of cases are heard in small claims court. Just about everything. I've heard every kind of conceivable case, so let's talk about just two of them. And I use these stories, because they're real cases, as illustrations so you could see what might happen to you if you're going to be in small claims court. One is return of security deposits. Many times when the tenancy is over, the tenant wants to get their security deposit back. Landlords are sometimes resistant, and many times the landlord claims that the tenant did damage that was greater than the amount of the security deposit, and sometimes they'll even sue them back. It's called a defendant's claim. And I had one case I remember very vividly because I had been reprimanded by the court for being too humorous in the courtroom. And I had a guy, and he was the tenant, and he wanted a security deposit back. There had been a water damage claim made, and the landlord was claiming the damages exceeded the security deposit. So I said to the tenant, I said, well, what happened? What caused this water damage? And he said, well, the house is haunted. I heard the gurgling behind the walls. So I contained myself, and I said, are you blaming Casper for this? I wanted to go with Ghostbusters, but I knew that I had been told, you're not Judge Judy. So, and by the way, the difference between Judge Judy's cases is their dramatizations, ours are real. And we'll talk about judgments and collections in a subsequent time when we talk again. But let's talk about the second case. This is a great case. It's all about contracts. A lady came in. She had sued a guy for a bad check. The check was for $1,000. Now, California law provides that in the event of a bad check, if you give notice to the party writing the check, you can get triple damages, 3 times damages, plus the original amount of the check. And so she was there. The defendant did not show up. That doesn't mean you win automatically. I have to conduct what's called a prove-up hearing, which is usually very brief. So I said to her, what kind of work do you do? She says, well, I'm an exotic dancer. And she says, I go to people's houses and I dance for them. And I get paid. And I went to this guy's house. I had gone there before, and he didn't have any cash money to give me. I don't take credit cards, she said. So he said, I'll give you a check. Will you take a check, and I'll even add on a tip? Now, that's probably not the only tip that she got, but she took the check. It bounced. It was a stiff check, no pun intended. And the reality was it bounced. So she was looking for $4,000. Should I have given her the money? Think about it. The answer is I gave her the money. Why? Because it was a contract and she had earned the money. Underlying issues didn't matter to me.